This is an update about the Irma hurricane 2017. I'm in Orlando, Florida right now, waiting for the storm. Um, and I experienced a lot of stress and anxiety this past week. I didn't panic because or didn't have fear, because fear is the worst, right? But I was very attentive to the news. I've been like, you know, taking the precautions to save my valuables, and I was packing everything, thinking that a Category 5 storm will come and hit directly my house in South Florida. Seems like it's not going to happen, but it will hit somewhere anyways, and I wish the best for everybody. But what I'm talking about today is about how not to be in fear, how to be aware of what we're doing when we're in fear. Because basically, what it is that all these storms, everything in the earth is an entity. One of my teachers used to say that even rocks have a soul. You know, Dolores Cannon, she said that. And I do believe even a car has a soul, because we built the car, and that machine and everything, it has a certain kind of soul. Maybe not as powerful, or or the level that we have a soul, but they have different levels of soul. So guess what? A hurricane like Irma has a soul as well. It's an entity, and it's a negative, destructive entity. Irma, it's a manifestation of God. Yes, of the God that we believe that is our Savior. Yes, it's also that God has two sides, you see, the positive and negative side. And the positive side is the creation of life. So we are gods, and we create life. So we are the manifestation, the direct manifestation of that creation. But also we destroy lives, and we kill people in wars and stuff like that. So we also had that other part. So bottom line, our God that we believe that exists somewhere and is benevolent and good has also a negative side. And that negative side is directly, you can see it right now in earthquakes and in tsunamis and in hurricanes like this. So you can actually see that this is true. You can feel it, you can experiment it, and you can die from it. So when we bring fear into our bodies, what's happening is that somebody is feeding from that fear. You see, these negative entities are feeding from that fear, because these emotions are like the fuel that some negative entities have, and they're like parasites. Are eating from us. They're taking that fear from us. We're generators. We're like batteries. So we're batteries of whatever we want to be. We want to be a battery of love. We are that. We want to create damage in the world and destroy the world. Well, we bring all those negative feelings, and we'll do it. So we are the gods, we're the creators, we're the manifestation of God. But there's a superior entity. There's a bigger entity, and that bigger entity is bringing all this suffering to us. Maybe some might say, oh yeah, it's a punishment because we behave so bad against the earth, and maybe the earth is upset with us, and it's bringing us earthquakes in Mexico, and hurricanes in the Caribbean, and floods in Texas, and floods in India and in Thailand. So many things happening right now. But whatever happens, it's going to be the same outcome. We get panic, we are in fear. And this is what these entities want. Listen to me. This exact result that we're producing by having fear is what these entities want from us. This is how they survive, they thrive on that kind of energy. You see, everything is energy. For those that are not believers of what I'm saying, just think about when you eat something. You go and eat a hamburger, right? You go and eat a pizza, or you eat a vegetable. Everything was alive before, even that the bread, because it was from something alive. So that contain energy. And what we're doing is that we're feeding from the energy that the food has. So bottom line, we feed from energy, not from food. Food is just a tool, it's just a medium for energy. So I really believe this is just my beliefs. I don't want to install a new belief in you, but I'm basically saying is not to have fear, because what is your choice? To have fear and to be afraid? What is that good for you? You're just gonna get sick. You're gonna feed these parasites, these energetic parasites that are out there. They're feeding from you right now. So stop the fear. Just and start trusting. Start trusting on that superior good side of God. Because as I say, God has two sides. There's not one side of God. There's two sides, one energy, one source, and there are two sides. And I'm showing you clearly those two sides now. When you pick up a flower or a fruit from a tree and you eat it, that is God right there. God is giving you this food, this nourishment for your body, for your soul, right? When you're connecting with a beautiful energy and you're meditating on love and you feel amazing, you also have some parasites feeding from that. You're not free from parasites. We have parasites both sides, because basically we have entities on the good side that we can call angels or angels, whatever you want to call them. They're also feeding from you, and they asking devotion from you. That's why that word devotion, all my yogi friends, they're like, oh, devotees. They're called devotees, and they're so eager to give that love to that entity that represents good or whatever. Or maybe they do it out of fear. That's another way, because we've been governed by fear for the last 4,000 years or so, maybe more. But the last thousands of years, I know, or planet or dimension, the third dimension, this dimension is the dimension of fear. So we have to step out of that. Now it's time that we go higher. We just like progress, transcend. And these are the last times. So these are the biggest tests for us. This is an Irma and Jose and Katia and Sandy and Andrew and all the hurricanes and all the earthquakes and everything that bring us fear are simply tests for us. Test or divinity. We have to start trusting again in ourselves, in our power. Have courage to live our life without fear. We're stuck in fear again all the time. We're just stuck in fear, stuck in fear. What is it? What is this? Nothing. It's not good for anything. So, to manage fear, you could do some yoga. You could keep your mind healthy. Eat less animals, dead animals, because those animals, they're killed in fear, and that fear is coming. It's a sacrifice. We're sacrificing animals that are loving to us. If you grow up a little pig in the house, or piglet, or any, even a little sheep or a cow, or a little, they all have feelings. A horse is the same thing. A dog, a cat, it's not separate. We're sacrificing animals with that have a lot of fear on the time they're realizing that they're going to be sacrificed. So that fear it's there on the blood, and it's in the hormones, and is released to the muscles, and we eat that. So we also get the fear from that, you see? And we don't realize it. And the system is just built right for us to have fear. And then the news are warning us and installing fear in us. What to do? Now let's go into the practical side. What to do? Number one, trust. Trust. Number two, trust. And number three, trust. Another thing, another tool that we have to, let's say, step out of the fear, not even go there, is called awareness. Awareness. So by me doing this video, I hope you get aware of who are we feeding, what are we doing, by having all this fear in our lives. And where is it coming from? And who is going to? Are we on the motion of fear just because it's normal? Or there are some entities that are malevolent, that are negative, that want us to be in fear? I think it's the second one. They want us to be in fear. But we have the power to switch, to flip the switch up, poof, like that. Just whoo, have that awareness and say, fuck, amazing. I'm not gonna be in fear. I choose love instead of fear. I just choose love. So I'm inviting you to choose love instead of fear. Simply like that. Step out of that pattern, that behavior, that thing that you have there for generations, comes from or genetic imprint. It comes from past lives as well. And we're there with the fear and fear and fear and fear and fear. Step out of that. Step out of fear. All right, guys. I hope you're safe during this hurricane. I love you all. Juliano GoodVibes. Namaste.